Hey guys! So a couple of weeks ago, Jesse from Jesse the Reader made a pretty cool video about films that he had seen before he read the book, or books that he hadn't even read yet, but he'd seen the film. And I thought that was kind of interesting, so I thought I'd do 5 of my books that I have either not read or read after I've seen the movie. First, I will start with an absolute classic, and that is Alice's Adventures in Wonderland by Lewis Carroll. I have the really cool Vintage Classics edition, and I've actually had this for like maybe 2 years, and I still haven't read it. But I have seen the classic Disney animated movie, and I have seen the live action movie, and I have seen the Tim Burton movie, and I still haven't read the original. I don't know why. I think it's because I know the story so well, I feel like I don't need to read the book. But it also might be because a lot of people who have read the book say it's not nearly as good as the movie, so that's kind of holding me back a little bit. Then I have a kind of funny one. This one kind of runs in my family because this is my mom's all-time favorite book, and it's actually one of her favorite movies as well. So I watched the movie with her once, but I have yet to read the book because it's an absolute monster, and that is Gone with the Wind by Margaret Mitchell. Can you just look at this? It is so big, and this is my mom's copy, so it's really well read. I adored the movie. It's set in like, oh geez, I don't even know, but the movie's from, I think, the 40s, I'm gonna guess, the 40s or 50s, and the character Scarlet is just so fantastic. I love her. She is such a fantastic villain, and I really want to read the book because I really want to know the story, but it is so big. Next, I kind of have a 2-in-1. These were both absolute favorite movies of mine when I was little. I watched them incessantly, and that is The Secret Garden and A Little Princess by Frances Hodgson Burnett. This is the bind-up edition, so it has both of them. But it wasn't until a lot later that I actually read the stories, and they are very, very close to the movies that I watched. I'm not even sure who produced the movies, but I'm sure you can find them if you went looking for them. These stories are like my childhood favorites. They held so many memories because I just was obsessed when I was little. Next one's a little bit weird, but again, it's a movie that I watched because of my mother. She said it was fantastic, it was on TV, I watched it, and that is A Beautiful Mind by Sylvia Nasar. This is a biography about John Nash, who was an economist, academic, mathematician kind of guy. I have no idea what his title is, but he did win a Nobel Prize for his work. But he also, what's really fascinating about his character is he suffered from schizophrenia for most of his life. The movie stars Russell Crowe as John Nash. I'm not sure who the other characters are played by, but it is a really good movie. I thoroughly enjoyed the movie. But when I read the book, I found, seeing as Sylvia Nasar is an economist and she writes about the economy quite a bit, this book is very, very math and economy and all that sort of businessy jargon based. It's a lot about the specifics of his work and the things that he was studying and working on while he was in university and after he graduated and was an academic. It goes very, very into depth, so much so that a lot of times I was quite lost. But it was also really interesting the way she described his schizophrenia and went into all the details of his mental health issues and things like that. So basically I kind of enjoyed both the book and the movie, but I definitely saw the movie before I read the book. And last but not least is A Curious Case of Benjamin Button by F. Scott Fitzgerald. Now this is a movie, a feature film with Brad Pitt. Yes, I think. What surprised me about this is I thought it was a full-length book, especially gauging from the fact that this is what it says, that it's a full book and not "and other stories." But The Curious Case of Benjamin Button is a short story, and it's not more than like 20 pages or so. So I was thoroughly surprised when I picked this up and started reading it, because how did they stretch it out into a whole movie? That just doesn't make any sense. Basically, they just made up a whole lot of the in-between bits. Like, this story focuses mainly on his birth and then on his marriage. So it skips pretty much all of his childhood and all of his, like, old age. I liked the story. I almost want to say I prefer the movie because it went a lot more in depth into his relationship with his wife. There just wasn't as much depth in the story as I would have liked. So there you go, those are 5 books that I have read afterwards or still haven't read after watching the film. If you have a list of your own, please leave them down below. That would be really fun. You can make a video response or just leave a comment. I will link Jesse's video down below as well, so you can check that out. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. Have a great day. Bye.